Alright guys, it's Colin with the Sun Powers TCG back today with my boy Max, who has gotten second at our cool stuff store regional. So, and what leader did you bring today, Max?
Today I decided to bring blue-green Zoro Sanji.
Starter deck Zoro Sanji.
This deck, I always liked the idea of it because I played Magic a lot and I like combo decks, and this seemed very combo heavy. So always knowing what pieces to find and when to find them was very important. So it's very fun, very aggro, and kind of anti-meta for what's happening right now.
All right. So like, how long were you on this deck? Did it just like, was it just like a last minute thing, or have you been testing this for a while? I know you told me a bit about your rank sim experience.
I saw a list that did well at a store regional last weekend, and decided to go build the deck on the sim, test it out for a couple rounds, and then was like, I'm gonna test out the rank sim, try and get some better quality matches, and it would be more towards what the meta is gonna actually be that I'd be seeing in the rank sim anyways. My results were, I think I did about 30 games of it from Monday until yesterday, Friday. And the only tough matchup that I could find was Bonnie. Bonnie
Really?
was the toughest matchup.
Really? You would think the mono black matchups would be kind of hard because they're like blowing your stuff up, but
They can
not that
be,
bad.
but because you have certain things that spit out multiple bodies every turn, from turn 2 on, no matter which side of the curve you're on, you can always multi-spam and you'll overwhelm the board at one point,
Nice.
one way or the other.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into the deck.
Okay, so first card, I went with 4 Sengokus.
Okay, so we're doing the 7 Warlords thing here.
Yes, I like the 7 Warlords package because your main cards that spit out other ones are Jinbei and 3-drop starter Mihawk that comes in the Zoro Sanji starter, and they're both searchable by Sengoku.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And then I played 4 of the other Searcher, which is also a 2K, Otama, for a little bit of a Land of Wano package.
Okay.
For most games, I don't care to play Otama. A lot of it kind of slows you down if you do it wrong, because if you try and go on your Tudon and you play Sengoku and Otama, you can no longer play 3-drop Mihawk if that's the only way that you have to spit out 2 bodies, because it requires you to have 2 or less whenever he's played.
Yeah, okay.
So making sure that you know your board space and how your cards interact with each other is super important with this deck. After that was a giant stack of 2Ks. Played 4 of the starter deck or promo.
The Mihawk, yep.
7 Warlords can be searched.
Yep.
He's a 4-cost 5K body, which can be played off of Jinbei. Played 3 of the Trafalgar Law.
Yep.
This was normally at 4, but I cut it down for 1 for a special tech card, which we'll get to.
Okay.
And then 4 Izzos, again with the Land of Wano package. You can search for it for Otama if you need to get rid of or get around a Rebecca blocker, or if you need to get around a Porcelana blocker, or if you're just wanting to board control against a Kuzan or something, you can rest their Kuzan, use it as the target to attack into with your whatever card you have on field, plus your leader can pick the Izzo back up to restand another one to continue attacking. So you almost always have a 2K in hand and get free value. And the final 2K is the starter 3-drop Mihawk. Yep. Which is, again, super important to have for playing multiple bodies out and spamming the board. After that, we go into the actual crux of the deck, and that's the 4 Jinbeis. So since we're playing the 7 Warlords package, we have so much with either the Mihawk, the Law, this Mihawk even, if you ever find yourself in the spot where you didn't have the search, but you just have a stacked hand where you have Jinbei, Mihawk into a Weevil or something like that, you can play
that's
all
cool.
three. So
Yeah.
you could spam out 3 bodies for 4 Dawn.
And then you can bounce the Mihawk for
You can
leader.
bounce the
Yeah.
Mihawk. You can always just attach 1 Dawn onto him, so you get a 5k swing in first. And of course, the Edward Weevil, super important. Draw cards. We like to keep our hand full.
Conveniently a slash also.
Also a slash for the Mihawk, which, if you guys ever play this deck, don't forget that Mihawk can't play Mihawk, so you can't play the 4-drop Mihawk off of this Mihawk. 4 Gekamorias, pick up any of these 7 Warlords that we have, so you keep on refueling all these 2Ks. Most often what you want to do is you want to protect your board, so if they're attacking into it, you think that they're going to play removal spells to get rid of it, that's fine. Make them play the removal spells. Keep discarding all your 2Ks to save everything as long as you can replenish them and keep your hand healthy. And then we have 3 of the 4/6 Gekomoria, who is another big body 7 Warlords that can be played off of Jinbei, not Weevil. And easy for... Sorry, we'll add this one too. The 3 Ryumas. A slash that goes along with the Mihawk. All 3 of these being 6k bodies makes it really easy for you as a leader to only attach 1 Dawn onto it and test with the 7k.
Right.
And see what happens and determine if you want to go and attach more Dawn onto your other little guys. One key thing to note is that your ability restands a 7k or less, so that means that all these other attacks can be for much more than 7k if you're not planning on playing any other characters. So you can always go 7k, 9k, 9k, leader ability restand, and reattach more Dawn to go for another big swing on top of it.
Right.
That's the main core of the entire deck. It's the 7 Warlords, the Land of Wano. The Ryuma can be found off of the Land of Wano for Otama. Same with the Izzo. And then towards the big bodies that we have 2 Hody Jones for finishing purposes. Really good into BY Luffy. Really good into Nami. And like I said, just good as a finisher in general. If you're playing against the black decks, if you've only got 1 or 2 characters on board, and they've tried to set up their wall of Rebecca.
Like Rebecca Sabo.
Rebecca Sabo. You just play Hody Jones and you say, good game.
Yeah.
More tech cards. We got 2 Puddings. We're in a meta where people like to have a lot of cards in hand, so Pudding's always good. And also can be bounced for your leader ability, so you can, if you want to, you can just bounce this straight away.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Attach it on, attack 5, and then bounce it, so they can never try to go above 5 cards in hand if you don't want them to. And then for my flavor, I added 2 carrots. I was having trouble with the Bonnie matchup, and I felt that carrot would help with the on-play to freeze a Cavendish or whatever they have in play. Also, the when attacking is not a once per turn, so you get to restand and attack again and freeze 2 things. And then the final 3 cards are 3 You Can Be My Samurais. Again, Land of Wano card can be searched for Otama. Good to help keeping your hand nice and healthy with the 1-drops if you need, or if you spammed out 2 bodies and you know that they're going to stay safe, you can still just turn them sideways to draw 2 cards with your last Dawn. And the reason why I went for 3 instead of 4 on this and the law was to add the carrots.
Nice, nice. Okay, so what were your matchups today?
Today I played starter 14 Luffy for the first round, then BY Luffy. I know I played another starter 14 Luffy. Played Nami in the finals, and I can't actually remember the 5th match.
Oh, wasn't it against Dofi?
It was Dofi.
Yeah.
Played Dofi, and Dofi's one that does extremely similar things, and it is
Right.
a matchup that can be difficult. You're very reliant on finding your multi-plays against that matchup.
Yeah. And your only loss was the Nami in the finals. It was a very, very tight match.
Yeah, so normally this deck has a really good matchup into Nami, even if they know what they're doing. With having Pudding, there's always that option, especially after they've played as many Gloriosas or whatever to stack their hand.
Right.
You just filter all that away. You can help reset the bottom of their deck in case they've been memorizing it, so you can always use that. But the main thing is the Hody Jones. In that matchup, I really like doing the early Jinbei into the Mihawk to help you set up in the later turns to try and get the Hody Jones. Because every time you attack with the Mihawk, which again is not a once per turn, you draw 2 and trash 2. So you're filtering through your deck almost as fast as Nami can by spamming attacks with the Mihawk and trying to get the Hody Jones.
Okay. And then any changes you would make if you were to do this event all over again? Or if you were to take it to something else?
Yeah, I think I would want a third Hody Jones, and that's pretty much it. The carrot is nice. It's also great that it has a counter, but I think it might be a little too nice kind of thing. It's
Like too cute?
yeah, it's kind of like one of the ones where you kind of are just winning more at that point. The one play that did come in with it was when playing against a starter Luffy, where I was able to rest their 6-cost Robin, which was 7 because of their leader ability, attack with the carrot, freeze it, restand the carrot, and then freeze their Brook, so they weren't able to do anything for the next turn. So all they had on the field was Rebecca and their leader, and they couldn't do anything.
Alrighty. And I'm sure a lot of the viewers at home are probably wondering, since this is right before Starter Decks, and then with that set 9 in a month and a half, would you play this leader come Starter Decks, and what would you change?
I most likely wouldn't. I really liked it for the surprise factor that people haven't played tested against it. There is still a lot of things that, like, even if you know what you're doing against it, they can still just overwhelm you with this deck. If I were to play it, I would definitely add the walls and the new boas from the starter. Just like the Dofi's gonna play anyways.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, like the way that this is built, you have a lot of 2Ks, but you're still very glass cannon-like. You have no blockers. So at the very least, for that one, you could do the boa and still be able to attack with it and restand it if you want, and leave it as a blocker, or just keep on the aggression.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so pretty much, probably not something we would take to regionals again, but something fun we could probably take to locals.
Yeah, it's definitely fun
afterwards.
Deck. I recommend people playing it just because it's fun to play and it's a nice change up to the black meta.
Okay, awesome. Well, since we're basically doing this like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, anything you want to plug in? Any shout-outs?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Team Playgrats. They helped me out.
Where's your jersey?
Oh, my jersey. It's in the mail with Diego.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Samurai. I mean, yes. Yes, that's what we had.
What does it say on the back? Hold on. Don't worry about it.
No. What do you mean? It's just got a crazy rat logo.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. You just ignore that word on top. Yeah. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, congratulations once again to Max for getting second and locking in your invite for Orlando Nationals. So we will see you there in a couple months.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And remember to like, comment, subscribe for more.